Sports anime are evolving, times are changing, stories are coming to a head, and Blue Lock is now the new face of sports anime. Not only that, but some have even declared it the epitome of the genre. Then it defaulted with season 2 airing as the world's hypest PowerPoint, but it's still based off the insane manga. The anime just wasn't as well animated, but between everything else like the writing, music, sound effects, voice acting, Blue Lock is still far from bad because it understands what sports are. Blue Lock, the most controversial and unconventional sports anime to ever exist. A sports anime about the top 300 strikers in the nation dropped into an arena Hunger Games style where they are out for blood, literally attacking each other for the right to become Japan's #1 striker, while living in a dystopian soccer facility where everything is regulated, from their time to their exercise to their meals, where no one can leave until you lose. These kids haven't seen their families, the sun, or even touched grass since stepping into this building. So how did Blue Lock, an anime that depicts sports in the broadest sense, rise up and become the final evolution of sports anime? It embodies the essence of competition. The pacing matches the flow of the game and the drama of the show to give the viewer the same adrenaline rush as the players feel. But there's a third factor that's key to success in sports that only a few anime, including Blue Lock, have really mastered to achieve their boundary-breaking success. But to answer that, we need to first revisit the golden age of sports anime, when Hajime no Ippo and Slam Dunk reigned supreme. Granted, I haven't actually seen Slam Dunk, but I googled the synopsis and it said, tells the story of a high school basketball team and the players who make it great. Thanks, Google. But I have seen Hajime no Ippo, a boxing anime about wanting to learn what it means to be strong, and in order to do that, he needs to claim the spot of champion, which entails fighting tougher and tougher opponents, pushing forward, gritting his teeth, bearing the pain, refusing to touch the mat until his opponent stops moving. There was even an entire arc devoted to Ippo coming to terms that he will never make it as a pro boxer if he doesn't develop a mindset worthy of being the champion. Then proceeds to beat the piss out of the kid he trained in boxing himself, but then after that, radio silence. Then years passed before another sports anime even sniffed relevancy like they once did. That was until Netflix picked up Kurako's Basketball in 2012, where there are 6 prodigies that stood above the rest of the nation called the Generation of Miracles. They had the discipline and confidence to back up these claims too, and was only felled by someone's undeniable drive to win and resolve to do it no matter what he needed to do with the skills and talent to make it happen. Then finally, riding off the resurgence of sports anime, 2 years later Haikyuu dropped and broke down every boundary sports anime had ever known, as even the normiest of normies will recognize these characters, and it puts sports anime back in the spotlight just like the golden years. Because any aspiring, current, or ex-athlete can see and feel the bloodlust and resolve the main duo have to win, as they stay disciplined, spending day in and day out training so they can be the last players on the court at the end of the season, and people can resonate with that feeling. As they pass the baton on to Blue Lock, which has continued to break down the norms of sports anime, and all of these boundary-breaking anime have one thing in common: a champion's mindset. Our main characters have the confidence to make anything happen, the discipline to hone their skills, and the resolve to win no matter what. But Blue Lock took it a step further. They said, forget about the sports, let's make an anime about creating a champion, an anime about winning. They didn't create an anime about soccer, they made an anime about the players. There has been one normal aspect of soccer in this show besides kick the ball in the goal. But we have seen the mindset of Isagi changing. We watch as his story starts out as a typical teamwork sports anime, but as each episode ends, we can see his ego taking over, the regret from his past, his determination to win, forsaking any kind of team bond for his own selfish goal, and stepping over friends after shattering their dreams as he continues on a warpath to the top. Now place him in an environment with 299 other players that have bigger egos, people who view themselves as a king ruling over donkeys, heroes able to secure victory for their fellow teammates, or a god that looks down on every other insignificant speck on the field, and each and every one of them fundamentally as a person refuse to lose because it goes against their identity as a player that they are already the best, and it becomes devour or be devoured on the field, going through soul-crushing experiences, be reborn, all just to find out that there are still people at the top looking down on you, and you can either give in to that despair or delusionally fuel your ego and produce another win. And if you're someone who calls that just an edgy sports anime, that's ignorant. Sure, they lean into it some with art and music, but the deep-rooted message of Block doesn't even apply to just sports, but just anyone who refuses to give up on their goals and will succeed. It only seems edgy because they don't beat around the bush. They say to your face that if you fail, it's your fault. Because in the words of Blue Lock, blaming luck as the cause of failure is for mediocre people. And they give an analogy that if you play a rigged carnival game and lose, is it bad luck? Or did you just play a losing game? If a bird poops on your shoulder, is that bad luck? Or did you just not see all the bird poop on the ground because you lack situational awareness? You have to put yourself in a situation to succeed. When one of these coincidences happen, and it's quote unquote luck, you have to put yourself in a situation to take advantage of that luck and produce the results you want. And I can prove this is why these anime reign supreme, because of all the sports anime I have watched, minus the ones that use sports to tell a story and not stories about sports. Only one of these doesn't have a champion's mindset, and that is the singular anime on this list I haven't heard anyone speak about outside of the season that it aired. It even ranks the lowest by the public's vote of all the anime I've mentioned in this video so far. It's enjoyable in its own right with its high encyclopedia IQ of soccer knowledge, but Aowashi is the literal opposite of the previously mentioned sports anime. Instead of sticking with his resolve and disciplining himself to become better in his position, he forsakes his goals for others' success, for another's vision and ideas, which is a part of sports. It has to be or they wouldn't exist, but it's not how a champion's brain works. Because 99% of players who go past regular high school have an ego. They think they are or will become the best. They have an insatiable thirst to win. They have complete and utter confidence that they will succeed, and they train so they have the ability to back up those words, whether they are on a team or not, because they hate to lose so much they will forsake the team and or the rules for that victory. And the higher you climb, the bigger the egos people will have, the more skill that they can back it up with, and the more champions that exist in that realm. And that is the essence of all competition, from competing businesses to an art contest to any sports game ever played. No one steps out onto the field to lose, and no other anime depicts the delusional desire to win that the greats possess, and the lengths that they will go to produce those results, going as far as saying the biggest egoist doesn't give it his all out there, but forces the goddess of victory to look down upon them. And these ideals are baked into Blue Lock's foundation from the very beginning, when 300 main characters gather into one room, and Isagi, looking the most like a background character, lacked the champion's mindset from the opening scene and was ranked 299th. So yeah, season 2 sucks as an anime, and you can argue just go read the manga, but it doesn't matter how you consume Blue Lock, because at its core, it's the same underlying sports message that hooked us all, and it's never truly going to die because that core is so good. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This is such a pain. It was like halfway done. I needed to rework it so it made sense because it sucked now. I was gonna hype it up, but I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. Just watch this other video while you're at it too, please. Bye.